Evening, yeah, I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you. Lunga speaking. Reinhard, hoe gaan het?
Good evening, Luca. Good thanks, and you?
Good, man. So, Sean, it's a tough afternoon at the office for both sides at the Vodacom Bulls. Just your summary of the game.
Yeah, I think we put a good plan in place. Unfortunately, there were soft moments in the game which let us down. Our maul stop wasn't good, clearly, and that's one of the main reasons that we lost the game tonight. Our penalty count was good, so it wasn't through ill discipline that we allowed them into our half. Sometimes teams are going to maul against you and you have to stop them, but you can't concede 28 points and an intercept try and expect to win a game. So it's really disappointing for us.
The last time the two teams played, we were just speaking with Joey earlier on, and he was saying because they were hurting so much from the last result, perhaps they were a little bit more inspired for this outing. Did you see it that way, just in terms of how the visitors played?
Yeah, yes and no. And obviously you want to bounce back after a loss, and we know that there's a big rivalry between the Sharks and the Bulls. But at the end of the day, we knew that they had a good maul. They obviously spend a lot of time on it and they get reward from it. So it was something that we knew what was coming, but unfortunately we didn't stop it. So, it's an area of the game that we need to work on because we can't allow people into our 22 and then concede soft tries.
The season is still long. I mean, we are only into match 2 now of the second half of the season. So it's not all doom and gloom, is it?
Yeah, we just put a little bit more pressure on ourselves. So we always knew it was knockout stages. I think, at the end, if we could have maybe scored another try and got 2 points out of the game, every point helps at this stage, but we didn't. There's 5 games left, so there's 25 points on the table, and we need to take all 25.
Carl, do you have any questions?
Have you got a question for Reinhard?
Yeah, before I came to Reinhard, I just wanted to give Carl an opportunity.
Sorry, Lunga. No, I'm fine, thanks.
All right, cool.
Maybe one to Coach Everitt, Lunga. With the Bulls out now of the URC and everything, can we expect all the URC people introduced to the CURRIE Cup squads?
That's up to the director of rugby to decide on how we're going to balance our team. They've obviously had a few tough games in a row. There's some guys that have played a lot of rugby, but I'm sure that Jake will chat to the medical staff and will manage the players accordingly.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, Reinhard, I mean, you've done exceptionally well as a youngster, leading a group of players who somewhat have experience. Probably some of the players have been around the block for as long as you've been, or twice as long as you've been. How have you found the challenge of leading a Vodacom Bulls side in the CURRIE Cup?
Yeah, Lunga, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I must say it's a challenge, but I do learn a lot from it. And the only way you learn is through experiences. And the last 3 games, I got the opportunity to captain the team. Got 1 and 2 losses, unfortunately. But I do learn a lot about myself. And there's great leaders in the squad that I can learn from. Unfortunately, Marcel, he helped me through the week, but through his personal reasons, he couldn't play that tonight. But he's a great leader for me, and I learn a lot from him. Also, the other guys in the team. But yeah, the only way you learn is through the experiences. And I'm glad for the opportunities. I still need a lot. There's still a lot I need to learn. But yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunities. And it's unfortunate. It's not obviously nice to lose. But yeah, I think it's, as a young player and a leader in the team, it's good for future purposes. But yeah, we'll lift our heads after this game, see where we can work on, what work-ons do we have, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, and maybe just Sean, whilst we're talking about Reynard as a young leader within a squad, of senior players compared to him, how impressive has he been? Just you yourself as somebody who's new to the environment, how impressive has he been as a young leader?
Yeah, it's been very impressive. He's sitting here right next to me. But yeah, so Reynard, one attribute that a leader has to have is to be able to set an example amongst his peers and let them look at him and look up at him for guidance. And certainly Reynard leads by example. He's 100% every day that he comes to Loftus Versfeld to train. He prepares extremely well. He helps strategize with our line-out. And obviously, because of that, there's a lot of respect that he earns. And I think that's really important from a leader. And yeah, we learn as we go. I'm an old coach now, but you're always learning. Every weekend that you take the field, there will be an opportunity to learn. And I'm sure Reynard's going to learn really quickly. He's a young leader. He's 20-year-old and he's captaining a guy that's 39. So, not an easy job. Like you said, it is challenging, but he's winning the battle.
All right. I think we are going to call it in the absence of other questions, Carl. Maybe Sean, you could just speak to preparations for the next fixture into the next week, and just what that will look like.
The preparations for the next week. Is that what the question is?
Yes. Now that there's somewhat added pressure in terms of looking to find as many points as you can.
Yeah, I think for us, it's not about, not everything was wrong tonight. There were a lot of positives. The character that the team showed to come back from being down by a big score, shows that there was effort in this group, and it shows that the boys are trying. We've got Griquas coming up next Saturday, and we know that they're tough opposition in Kimberley. But there are things that we need to work on. And like I said to you, one of them is obviously stopping mauls. Like I said, our discipline is much improved, but we conceded penalties in the wrong area of the field. And we just need to stick to our processes and not panic, because like I said, there's a lot of positive that we can take out of the game as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much, Reynard. Commiserations, and we will speak soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lunga.
Thank you, Lunga.